So we are going to create our face jugs. Everyone's going to get a block of clay about like this, and you're going to need your stick that we're going to use like a knife, and you're going to cut it into 2 pieces that are not equal. Okay, so you want one piece a little bit larger than the other. See how that is? And then you're going to cut through. Set the smaller one aside. With the larger one, we are going to make our pinch pot. So you're going to pick it up and you're going to pat it into a ball. Okay, remember how I said you can roll when it is the Play-Doh, but with the clay, you really need to pat it. Kind of want to get some of the air bubbles out, and it's harder, so it's not as easy to roll. So then you're going to take your thumb and put your thumb into the clay about like this. And then you are going to pinch. Remember, you don't pinch with 2 fingers like this, like you're going to pinch your sister. You pinch with your whole hand. Thumb on the inside, fingers on the outside, and you pinch and turn. You want the walls of the pinch pot to be fairly even. After it gets a little bit bigger, you can put both thumbs on the inside and all your fingers on the outside. Pinch and turn. And you're going to pinch and turn until your walls are about as thick as an Oreo cookie. Okay, so looking like this. Then you need a teacher check. Don't continue until you get a teacher check. Okay, after the teacher check, then you are going to take this piece of clay, okay, and you are going to cut a wedge of it, roll it out, until it is about as thick as your index finger. Remember, your index finger is your pointer finger, okay, about as thick as your index finger. Then we're going to attach this around the top. So remember we talked about yesterday that with the Play-Doh, we just pressed it on. With the clay, we need the toothbrush and water. So the toothbrush, the bristles of the brush, are going to make the surface of the clay rough, and which helps make it stick together. Think of Velcro, how those pieces hold together because they're not smooth. And then the water and the clay mix together to make slip. And slip is kind of like a clay glue. You don't want it to be super wet on the toothbrush, but a little bit. They create kind of a clay glue, and you're going to press this onto the surface. Okay, then on the inside, you want to smooth out that line. It doesn't need to go away completely, but you want it to be a little bit less. Okay, do you see how that is? Smooth it out. Okay, so this, we've got a little space here, if you can see that. So when we add the next coil, we will just start from there. So you're going to slice again, roll another coil. I roll it in my hands a little bit first before I roll it on the mat. Okay, again, thick as your index finger. Okay, so then I'm going to attach this one on top of here and then around the top because it's going to coil around the top. Okay, you don't want the walls of the coils to be too thin because that will make the walls of your coil pot too thin. Okay, and it works best if you go ahead and smooth out those edges every time you add a coil, because especially if you add a bunch of coils, it gets pretty difficult to do this way down in a pot. Okay, and I'm going to smooth it with my finger. This kind of makes a stitch, and then you use your finger to smooth it. Okay, so I'm going to make another coil. Got a little bit too thin there. Okay, so I'm going to attach this. Oh, almost forgot to. Gotta make sure you use the toothbrush and water to make the clay glue and make the surface rough. Okay, and just a little bit more of this. You want to make at least 3 coils. You can always make more than 3 coils because it will make it a little bit taller if you want a little bit taller pot. It's kind of nice sometimes to have it a bit taller. Oop, I forgot to smooth on the inside. I'll have to do that in a sec. I am just going to do exactly 3 coils. So I'm actually going to trim this right here so that it is exactly 3 coils. And then again, we're gonna smooth the inside. Okay, so I have my coil pot completed. You can see the coil, the pinch pot and the coils on top. I'm gonna set that aside and I am going to be making the face now. You are not going to create all of these things today. If you finish the pinch pot today, that's great. If you manage to add a few coils, awesome. But I don't expect you to get all of this finished. I want you to take your time and do your best and just get done what you can. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit more, I'm not gonna take all of this, I'm gonna get a little bit more clay so that I can make my face. So I've got this piece of clay and a little bit more, and I will always give you more clay so you can add more coils or create more of a face. So I'm gonna grab this and I'm going to start making a nose. And I want it to be kind of big, because big noses on pots make me laugh a little bit. It's not huge, but kind of big. Sticks out, it will stick out a lot. Okay, so then I'm going to attach it. So I'm just gonna see what side do I want to be the front. I think I'm gonna have this be the front. So I'm going to, you can also smooth this out so you don't see the coils on the outside at all. I like the look of the coils, so I'm going to leave it there. So again, toothbrush and water to attach everything. Press it on. So I've got my nose, and then I'm gonna make some eyes. And I'm gonna make a unibrow here. I think I got a little bit too much water on there. Like that. And then I'm gonna make, I kind of want to, I guess I'm gonna make a kind of a smile here. And then I'm gonna make, I think I'm gonna make some horns on here. Nope. Okay, so I think I'm finished for now. You could always add more details to this. It would probably be pretty interesting with ears. I actually would definitely add some detail to the eyes, the eyebrows, and make it a little bit more interesting. But I wanted you to get the basic idea, so you guys can get started now. Bye.